A latest operation conducted by Nepal police has revealed that as many as 122 Chinese citizens have registered more than a dozen industries in Nepal so as to conceal their organized financial offences like online fraud and illegal gambling stations back home. As the government has made it easier for the registration of foreign companies in a bid to bring in more foreign investment in the country, the Chinese offenders have, however, taken advantage of the provision. Good morning, I'm Amit Mackrell, and these are the top stories this hour. Ruling Nepal Communist Party directs Province 3 government to finalize Bagmati as its name and Hetauda as the capital. Objection raised within the party itself, citing it as an interference. Dozens of Chinese citizens involved in financial crimes back home found to have illegally registered industries in Nepal, attributed to weak monitoring and legal provision. U.S. military carries out airstrikes in Iraq and Syria against the Kataib Hezbollah militia group in response to the killing of a U.S. civilian contractor. Scores reported killed. And Liverpool continue their winning streak with a narrow 1-0 win over Wolves under English Premier League, remain 13 points clear at the top of the EPL. The Secretariat meeting of the ruling Nepal Communist Party has directed to fix the name of Province 3 as Bagmati and its capital as Hetauda. The party intervened in the issue, though the Provincial Assembly has 2/3 majority as the party delayed in fixing the name of the province and its capital due to intra-party conflicts. The lawmakers of the party have opposed the party's decision, citing the interference of the central office of the party.
According to the Constitution, the Provincial Assembly members have rights to finalize and endorse the name of the provinces and their capitals.
प्रदेश नम्बर 3 को नामकरण र त्यसको केन्द्रबारेमा हामीले छलफल गर्यौं र छलफलबाट के निष्कर्ष आयो भने सबै पक्षहरू ध्यानमा राख्दाखेरि एउटा साझा नामकरण गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यकता भएको हुनाले यसको नाम चाहिँ बागमती प्रदेश राख्ने निर्णय हो र साथसाथै यसको केन्द्र अहिले तत्कालको लागि चाहिँ
However, the Secretariat meeting of the ruling Nepal Communist Party held on Sunday decided to name Province 3 as Bagmati and its capital Hetauda. The ruling Nepal Communist Party has full majority in Province 3. However, the decision to fix the name of the province and its capital was in limbo since 2 years with the conflict among the members of the ruling party in the Provincial Assembly.
हामीहरू विषयमा प्रवेश गर्न भ्याएनौं सभामुख चाहिँ राष्ट्रिय सभाको निर्वाचन लगायतका विषयहरुमा छलफल गर्नका लागि सचिवालयको बैठक छिट्टै बस्छ एमसीसी को बारेमा हाम्रो पार्टीको स्थायी कमिटीको बैठकले बहुत स्पष्ट निर्णय गरिसकेकै छ तदनुकूल नै हुन्छ त्यो अगाडि बढ्छ
The decision from the central party came up as the Provincial Assembly failed to decide whether to continue with Hetauda as a capital or to name Kavre, Bhaktapur or other places as the capital of the province. At a time when the task force constituted to recommend the name of the capital had already submitted the report to the Provincial Assembly, the direction from the Secretariat meeting has led to discontentment among the lawmakers within the party itself, terming it as intervention from the center. The decision from the ruling Nepal Communist Party has weakened the federal system as it shows the provincial and local levels have failed to make the decision and ultimately the central office had to intervene in the issue. This correlates neither with the work procedure and practice of federalism nor with the political trend. Therefore, the Provincial Assembly members themselves should be capable and responsible in exercising their rights.
Last week, the Nepal police conducted the largest operation till date against the Chinese citizens living in the capital. The operation was carried out based on the information provided by the Chinese embassy, which revealed that 122 Chinese citizens have registered more than a dozen industries in Nepal so as to conceal their financial offences. The arrested Chinese nationals have been kept under custody on the directive of the District Administration Office on charges of operating illegal businesses. Investigation along with questioning on them are currently underway with the help of interpreters. Many of the arrested Chinese citizens involved in organized financial crimes like online fraud and operating illegal gambling stations were found to have registered their own industries in Nepal. More than 1,000 Chinese citizens have been employed as such industries. The authorities have recently been allowing easy registration of foreign companies in the pretext of bringing in foreign investment in the country. The Chinese citizens involved in criminal activities have taken advantage of the same provision. Although the police have been granted permission to keep the arrested Chinese for 7 more days, beginning today, in custody, the doubts persist on kind of action taken against them. The government has been providing grant for export items for the past 8 years to reduce trade deficit and increase export. Industrialists have received 2.24 billion rupees in the name of grant, though it has not contributed in increasing the export. This has raised serious concerns over the grant on export items. The government has provided cash grant on 26 items, including refined tea, coffee, cardamom, Kashmiri carpet, gold and silver ornaments and garments since the fiscal year 2011 and 12. The government had released 102.8 million rupees in grant in the first year, which increased to 367.3 million rupees in the last fiscal year. The government has already released 2.24 billion rupees in grant till date, including 258.6 million rupees in the first 5 months of the current fiscal year. Despite the grant, the export of the country has not improved. Since the first year of the grant, the export of garment items had dropped for 2 consecutive years. In the fiscal year 2010 and 11, garment items worth 4.8 billion rupees were exported without grant, which has now dropped to 4.6 billion rupees after the distribution of the grant. The Kashmiri industries, which hold a major portion of the export items, have seen a drop since 3 consecutive years. The export of Kashmiri items has reached its lowest in 7 years. The export of Kashmiri was limited to 1.91 billion rupees in the last fiscal year, which was 2.89 billion rupees in the fiscal years 2014 and 15. The reports provided by the Office of the Auditor General and the World Bank, among others, have concluded that the grant provided by the government has been ineffective. Moreover, only industrialists backed by political parties are receiving the grant. This has resulted in the decrease in productivity, affecting the overall export of the country. In our Public Voice segment, we asked the police, administrators, court officials and government workers in Parquet district, when will the people get to experience good governance? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
आफ्नो स्थानमा बसेका मान्छेहरूले जिम्मेवारीपूर्वक काम गर्न सक्यो, जनता पनि अलि जागरुक भयो भने चाहिँ सुशासन पाउन त्यति समय लाग्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन।
सुशासन पाउन त अलि टाइमै लाग्ला जस्तो लाग्छ है, किनभने अब संघीयता पनि आयो, तर आइसके पश्चात पनि अझै त्यो भनौं न संघीयता आएपछि मान्छेमा अब जनतामा राम्रो होला भनेको झनै नराम्रो जस्तो देखिन्छ।
हरेक निकायले जनता केन्द्रित भएर आफ्नो सेवा प्रवाह गर्न पर्यो। जनता कसरी खुसी हुन्छन्, कसरी उनीहरुलाई सहज रूपमा हामीले सेवा दिन सक्छौं।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Now the question is, why has the export of items considered for cash grants by the government not increased? And options are A, missing target groups, B, high-handedness of influential people, and C, lack of market identification. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports update.
Sports news.
Liverpool have continued with their winning streak, chalking out a narrow 1-0 win over Wolves. The win has propelled them to 13 points clear at the top of the English Premier League. The decisive goal in front of their home fans at Anfield was struck by Sadio Mane in the 42nd minute. Mane made good use of Adam Lallana's pass to put the Reds up front. The Wolves players protested the goal, saying Lallana had handled the ball. However, VAR confirmed the goal. Liverpool have collected 55 points from 19 matches, while the second-placed Leicester have 42 points. Manchester City, who registered a 2-0 win over Sheffield United, are in the third place with 41 points. Sergio Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne were in good scoring actions for City. In another match played early in the evening yesterday, Chelsea snatched a 2-1 win over Arsenal. Machindra Club are taking on Henati in today's first match under the Maltese Memorial 8 Division League football. Likewise, in the second match, league leaders Manang Mersyangdi will take on French Club. Both the matches are slated at Ainfa Ground, South Dapato. Machindra will go into bat first. They're looking to keep their undefeated record intact, while Henati will be looking for full points. It's time now for our special segment, Off the Beat.
The general life in the central Tarai region has been badly crippled due to intensified cold waves coupled with heavy fogging in recent days. Children belonging to economically challenged families and elderly have been the hardest hit due to their vulnerability to different cold-related ailments. The general people in the region too are having a hard time to go about their daily life due to the cold spell. Life has especially been affected in Thanusha, Mohottari, Sarlai, Siraha and Rohtahat among other Tarai districts due to the rapid dip in mercury. Besides elderly and children, the cold spell has mainly affected the daily wage workers and people without proper shelter and clothing. The daily flights in the Tarai region have been suspended due to thick fog and continuous cold waves. Tourism entrepreneurs in Patsthar district have started short-distance flight using choppers to take the visitors to the religious and tourist sites of Pathivara Temple, Siddhutar, Siloti, Timur Pokhari and up to the base camp of Dhaulagiri. The short air service has been named as Fun Flight. The air service has been regularly operated from Fidim, the headquarters of Patsthar district, to these tourist destinations. The visitors are greatly benefited by the air service. The entrepreneurs have been operating the shortest flight from Fidim to Siddhutar at a minimum price of 3,500 rupees, while they have also arranged a package flight of Fidim to Pathivara Temple, Siddhutar, Siloti, Timur Pokhari, Kanchenjunga and the base camp of Dhaulagiri, the world's third highest peak. This is Bipashna Tamang for Kantipur News Desk.
And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.